What is going on, my YouTube friends, my Patreon friends, my little monster friends, man? I actually, you know what this reminds me of? Just this weekend, it was my anniversary. My fiance and I went to the mountains. And while we were getting dressed and ready to go out, The Simpsons was on, and it was the Lady Gaga episode. I totally forgot about that until right now. Anyways, welcome, everybody. How we all doing? Lady Gaga dropping some heat. I saw it today. It's November 13th. I'm filming this. Lady Gaga dropped a live version of Disease, but I wanted to watch the music video, and then we'll probably just watch the live right after that. So those of you that are new to the channel, welcome. I appreciate you being here. If you all saw my reaction to Bruno Mars and Lady Gaga, I thought it was a bop, both of them, the record version and the live version, obviously. I've been a sound guy. I've been like in the audio space for a long time, y'all, like over a decade, and coming up on my second decade. Holy crap. And that's usually the angle I take. Like, I like talking about production. I like talking about like microphones and stuff like that, the performance that goes into it. So the live one's probably really going to be my vein, but I'm looking forward to the official music video, man. I think that Lady Gaga can act her ass off, and I think that she probably puts together something really special. So I'm going to have the link to both these videos in the description box. I would love if y'all given Lady Gaga another stream. Please watch my reaction to the end before that, unless you get tired of me, but that's okay. And let's do this. Let's check this out. I'm assuming this isn't going to be like the Bruno Mars and Lady Gaga song. I'm just assuming it's going to be totally different.
There are no more tears to cry. Life, running out of medicine. You're worse than you've ever been. Screaming for me, baby, like you're gonna die. Poison on the inside, I could be your antidote tonight. Screaming for me, baby, like you're gonna die. Poison on the inside, I could be your antidote tonight.
Cool, man. Real cool. So, I mean, the video is heavy and I'm smiling through it. She's got hit by a car but from this freaky thing, whatever this is. But there's like some classic Lady Gaga production that's happening, right? So something that I struggle with, a lot of singers that I've worked with struggle with, is trying to speak sections without following the melody, right? And like, as I talk, my voice is, fluctuating, it's going up and down, and it's technically hitting different notes, whether they're actual notes or like flat and sharp, blah, 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 it doesn't really matter. But like, she's singing this melody, this really catchy pop melody, but there's a spoken voice underneath it. And at first I thought it was just like a modulation, just to make it like freaky and dynamic and kind of scary sounding maybe, or just like a little bit more theatrical. But I actually think that that was her speaking those sections, right? So another thing you got to watch out for is you want those to align really close to the exact same, because like, say if the word's disease, you don't want it to come across as like disease, right? If you think about like 4 or 5 layers of that vocal, so you want them to kind of walk the same meter, but she's like speaking them down low, and it like makes it a little bit more menacing, a little bit more theatrical, right? And again, her voice is still following notes in the bottom register of it, but it's not the same as the melody. And like, I struggle with that as a singer, which I'm not really a singer. And a lot of vocalists that I do work with who are vocalists, they struggle with that too. Like, they want to sing in key all the time, right? And it's interesting, man. It's a cool dynamic. I also, pure speculation here, but y'all could probably let me know. I'm curious if she does these all actually with a band, because there's something about this drum pattern that I like. And I find that when when I listen to songs that have electronic drums or electronic sounds to them, I usually am not drawn to ones that are just drum machines. And I couldn't tell the difference normally. It's just like a feeling thing. And this feels like it's a musician playing it. And I like that. I like that a lot.
You've ever been. Screaming for me, baby, like you're gonna die. Poison on the inside, I could be your antidote tonight. Screaming for me, baby, like you're gonna die. Poison on the inside, I could be your antidote tonight. I can play the doctor, I can cure your disease. If you were a sinner, I could make you believe.
Huge chorus.
You're so tortured when you sleep, plagued with all your memories. You reach out and no one's there, like a god without a prayer.
What a vocalist too, like without a prayer. The energy and the rasp, the intensity, the compression on that. Come on, y'all. Come on,
Like
y'all.
a god without a prayer. Screaming for me, baby, like you're gonna die. Poison on the inside, I could be your antidote tonight. Screaming for me, baby, like you're gonna die. Poison on the inside, I could be your antidote tonight.
Tonight, like it's so theatrical. It's so theatrical. Can you imagine how much work that scene was to film? Because we got Gaga on top of Gaga, right? That's the deal here. Like you would have to film it with like say Gaga, the body double, and then switch to Gaga, the body double. Like so much energy, and then all those different camera shots too, man. Like come on now. They put effort into this, y'all.
Poison on the inside, I could be your antidote tonight.
She looked beat up. Gross.
Bring me your desire, I can cure your disease. If you were a sinner, I could make you believe. Lay you down like 1, 2, 3, eyes roll back in ecstasy. I know all your secrets, I can cure your disease.
Wow. That rasp she was giving us at the end there. She was like screaming, like actual screaming, like hard rock screaming. Certified bop, y'all. Certified bop. I'm gonna might have to step away and refilm the live part after. But anyways, y'all, I dug that. I thought it was heavy. Like I say, like for all the electronic sounds and everything, still like gave me hard like energy. You know what I mean? And that vocal in the outro was wild. And then going into that falsetto, like on their way away from the screams and stuff, is just like leave it to Gaga, man. She got a voice. I don't need to tell y'all. She doesn't need my affirmations, but like super impressive. Super impressive, y'all. I dug this one. Please go give this video another view. I'm gonna, if YouTube allows me, I'm gonna have the live one roll right through this. So we'll check y'all in a second. All right, y'all. I had to step away for a minute. Had a little bit of work to do, and now we're back. We're doing the live Lady Gaga Disease, The Antidote live. This just dropped today, so I'm looking forward to checking this out. As I said before, I'll have the link to both of these videos in the description box. I would love if y'all are giving Gaga another view, and let's do this.
There are no more tears to cry.
Very cool.
I heard you begging for life, running out of medicine. You're worse than you've ever been. Oh, screaming for me, baby.
Hold on. Maybe I'm just catching the words different, but I feel like it's such a different like vibe. I like half thought it was a different song for a second. And if it is, I apologize.
Screaming for me, baby. Oh, like you're gonna die. Oh, poison on the inside. I could be rented dope tonight. Oh, screaming for me, baby. Oh, like you're gonna die. Oh, poison on the inside. I could be rented dope tonight. I could play the doctor, I can cure your disease. If you were a sinner, I could make you believe. Lie you down like 1, 2, 3, eyes roll back in ecstasy. I can smell your sickness, I can cure your disease.
Tricked me, y'all. She tricked me. This is really cool. Like, Gaga's the player, at least one of the players, to like actually do this live off the floor, make it acoustic, and make it badass like this. Like, she's such a great piano player. She's such a great singer. Like, it's fabulous. So she's singing into, this is a Telefunken. I can never remember if it's U47 or U87. Telefunken U, one of the sevens. And I'm trying to see if any of this like hardware stuff lights up when she sings, and it doesn't look like it is. So this could be all like after the capture, they go and do the editing, the processing and stuff. And they're not going to do much. Like, basically you just need a compressor, a little bit of reverb, because this room is probably not super like ambient. Little bit of EQing just to make things kind of pretty. These microphones are really nice, right? Like, it's a tube mic, so like what'll happen is the harder you lay into it, the more that tube kind of like heats up and breaks up a little bit. And the microphone obviously doesn't make the performance. It could be any microphone, but I do like this approach to her voice. Like, for a lot of female vocalists, I would say pick something a little bit not this. But she's got such a unique voice. She's got so many characteristics to her voice that I actually think it's a cool microphone. Like a TLM 103 or something would be a little bit more like shimmery. But like I said, just because of the uniqueness of Gaga's voice, like, it makes sense to use something like this, right? And it's got this big goofy cable on it, because you can do a bunch of different polarity patterns, a bunch of different pickup patterns. And this would be like in the dynamic settings, so same as this microphone. If I move around it, aside from my compressor picking it up, like, the sound changes, right? And this microphone would be set up to do that right now, because you don't want a whole bunch of this grand piano picking up in it. You want the grand piano to be recorded the way the grand piano should be recorded, not interfering with the vocal or like relying on your main lead vocal to get you the piano sounds too, right? There are ways to do that. It's just like, this is the cleaner way of doing it. So she can get right up in front of that microphone and it's only going to sound better. Like, if you like that kind of analog feel, right? And like I say, she's got such a cool voice. Like, that will definitely highlight some of those elements. It won't make the performance, obviously. You need a good performance, and then you can capture it and then give us back a good recording. So obviously we have Lady Gaga, who's like a killer performer. It's just like, for nerds like me. And to be fair, like, you know, it might be more pleasing to the ear than some of the other microphones out there too, just because it like I say, it matches her voice, right? I would be curious as to which of these they're using. Like, this is just a patch bay. This just routes things. So like, maybe you want the piano to go through this EQ over here, or this, whatever this is, blah, 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 blah. You can just do that from this instead of moving it from the console. But anyway, that's beyond the point.
I can smell your sickness, I can cure your disease. You're so tortured when you sleep, plagued with all your memories. You reach out and no one's there.
Did she just say I could play the Joker? That's what I heard. Doctor, okay. Like, so she's letting that rasp come out a little bit, and I don't think that was tube noise we heard. I think that was a preamp clipping. It sounded like when a Neve preamp clips, which it would make a lot of sense. Neves are like pointy. They got like a lot of like top end to them, high end to them. So to counteract something like a dynamic microphone or like a tube microphone, you might add something like 12K or a little bit higher. But the Neve kind of does that on its own, right? They're really, really, really fancy consoles. Like think like Dreams from Fleetwood Mac or like anything like that. I'm pretty sure that was all Neve. I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure that was on a Neve. Anyway, so I think that was the preamp breaking up. Like, you know, we have her vocal distortion. We have her like doing this grit thing a little bit, but it also felt like it distorted a little bit. I think that was preamp. But again, like leave it in, man. Like how cool is it? How neat is that it like emphasizes the part of the track through the equipment that they're using, right?
Bring me your desire, I can cure your disease. If you were a sinner, I could make you believe. Lay down like 1, 2, 3, eyes roll back in ecstasy. I know all your secrets, I can cure your disease.
Great shift. Solid shift. Beautiful. And having that like angelic note to end on is wild too. Like, because it started off and she was playing with like her nasal tones a little bit. She like, I don't want to say she was getting overly nasally, but you could just feel it like resonating like in this part of her face, right? And it gave again like another interesting twist to the style of singing that she's been giving us, right? And then to end such a song with such like lyrical content to it on something so like gentle and like angelic is like I think a great word for it, is like just great taste, man. It was a cool performance. Guitar player looked like he was feeling himself, looked like he was having a good time. I'm not entirely sure what they were doing to the acoustic guitar. They either had two, like maybe one pre-recorded and then one like actually him playing it, or they could have like spaced it out. There's a lot of things you can do to like make it feel really wide, like a single channel. It might have been plugged in and had the microphone at the 12th fret, but yeah, like I said, I'm not entirely sure what they were doing with the acoustic guitar, but it sounded nice. It sounded like it changed through the performance. Actually, it sounded a little bit more present in the beginning than it feels to me like it switched a little bit of the way through. But whatever, it's all. I'm sure it was all for the performance, but I really enjoyed this one, man. This is a cool song. The video was wild. Live performance kind of shook me for a second, man. That was real acoustic. I'll have the links to these in the description box. If y'all want to send me a request or anything, I got all my links in the description box as well. Discord's in there if you want to keep the conversation going, and we'll see you in the next one.